What's going on YouTube? It's your boy B Wheels here, coming out with you with a deck profile of pure Endymion spellcasters and spell counters. Really fun deck. I took the regionals today. I went X2, didn't top, but I already have my invite, so it was pretty fun. The deck's really explosive. It has like a lot of negates it can put out on the board, and overall it's just a fun deck I like to play. Alright, let's get into the profile. So, starting out, we got 3 Endymion, the mighty Master of Magic. Pretty good card. Its scale effect is pretty solid. You can remove 6 spell counters from the field. Then it special summons itself and destroys as many cards on the field equal to the number, or up to the number of cards that can have spell counters on them. And then it places that many counters on himself. Pretty solid. His other effect is, and then he gets counters equal to the number of cards destroyed by that effect. And then his other effect is, his monster effect is, as long as he has a counter, he can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects. And he can negate the spell trap or the effect of a spell trap, negate it and destroy it. And then his last effect is if he's destroyed by battle, he adds a normal spell card from deck to hand. He is so good. He has so many good effects. He's really got a decently high attack for level 7, 2800. Can't be targeted or destroyed. He's like a Kieran on crack. So, very good card. Heart and soul of the deck. Next we have 3 Servant of Endymion. Scale effect, she's a scale 2. When she has 3 spell counters, you can remove 3, special summon her and any spellcaster from the deck that you can place a spell counter on. Place 1 on each. So she's pretty good. That's her scale effect. So you can bring out this guy, or like Mythical Beast Cerberus King Jackal, and you get a counter on that. It's really good. And then her other monster effect, which you really never use, you can discard a card, and then on your opponent's turn, quick effect, and you can place a spell counter on every card you control, which actually does come up sometimes, but it really doesn't come up that often. Alright, and for the other level 3 Endymion monster is Magister. You play 3 of these things. It's really good. It's a high scale. It's good after you use Servant's effect, because what it does is when it has 3 spell counters on it, you can remove 3, and you can special summon it from your scale, and then 1 monster that you can place a spell counter on from your extra deck face up. So like it has to be a face up pendulum. It can't be anything else. It's really good. And then so it's like after like the Electromite play, which is pretty solid. And then its other effect is once per turn, quick effect on your opponent's turn, you can special summon any spellcaster from your deck by removing 3 spell counters from anywhere on your field. So it's pretty legit. So you can basically bring out any like Cerberus, or you can bring out Endymion or Jackal King. Like, just overall, it's just like a really good. Most people don't know what it does. And then like both of these cards have like really good effects. Like when they're destroyed in the monster zone, they go back to the scale, and then they keep the counters that they had on them, which is another really good card. Like, it's a really good effect that they both have. And then I also play 1 Reflection of Endymion. So this is a really good card. It's another low skill, which is important. And then it has its also effective. You can remove 3 spell counters from it, and then special summon this, and then a monster from your hand that you can special summon. So like you can bring out like Cerberus. Like, a problem is like the deck is you can't like pen summon Cerberus, like the big Cerberus dude. So like this helps get that out of your hand, especially if you have Cloggy hand, you end up drawing 2 of them. It helps fix that card. And then it bounces a card when it's summoned, but you have to bounce another card that has a spell counter. So it's overall it's pretty good. And then when it dies by battle, it searches an Endymion card. Alright, that's it for the Endymion monsters. Let's go on to the Mythical Beast. Cerberus, he searches any other Mythical Beast from your deck. Also, it's pretty solid. So you can just use the scale effect, get Jackal. Jackal grabs him. He's pretty good. He also can't be destroyed while he has while there's 4 more spell counters on the field. Then you can also remove 4 spell counters from anywhere, and then he banishes a card and then gains their attack. You can actually OTK with him pretty easy. And I play 2 Jackal King, really good. Specials Cerberus from the extra deck, and then another cool effect. It just can get set up pretty easily with Magister, so it's pretty good. And if you activate a spell card, or your opponent does, it gets 2 counters. You can remove 2 counters from anywhere, and then it gets a monster effect. So it's really good in like Orcus matchup, Solomon Great matchup. Also a good card. And I played the one of Garuda King, Mythical Beast. So what it does is when it's scaled, it's like an MST, and when it's in your hand, you can remove 3 counters from it, special it, and then bounce a monster when your opponent specials a monster. So that's it for the Pendulum monsters, for the only hand trap I play. 3 Droll. It's just good against like danger decks. And on the spells, 3 Mastery. 3 Mastery, good card. What it does is adds any Endymion card, then you can place basically you put a spell counter on any other card because it counts itself. So it's pretty good. And we play 3 Grass. Grass is pretty good because it basically it replaces itself and it places a spell counter. So like this plus Servant, it basically gives Servant 2 counters for free, and you didn't lose any advantage because it replaces itself. I think it's pretty good. Time for the field spell package. So 2 Magical Citadel of Endymion and then 1 Terraforming. So what this thing does is it anytime spell is activated, it puts a counter on it. You can remove counters from this card instead of using like other spell counters. So like instead of using like if you can only get 2 spell counters on Servant of Endymion, but this has 3, you can just take 3 off this, and then it's good to go. Play 3 Call by the Grave because we don't like hand traps. And then 2 Mythical Institution. I like this card a lot because so what it does is you can remove spell counters from anywhere on the field, and then add a monster that can be a spell counter can be placed on it equal to the level of counters you remove from the field. So basically you just remove 3 and you can grab Servant. And each also gets 2 counters when if you pop like Cerberus or in Jackal or Garuda, if you pop them in the scale, or they just get destroyed in general by battle or by card fact, then it gets 2 counters on it anyway, so it's pretty good. And it also protects itself, just like the Citadel. I play 2 Duelist Alliance. I do play, you kind of like wondering, oh man, why are you playing Duelist Alliance without no Pendulum Call? Because I actually play Pendulum spells. And I have a side deck card in here that's searchable, that's searched out with this card. So 2 Duelist Alliance, and then the 2 cards I do is Pendulum Paradox and Pendulum Halt. Paradox is really good because it adds the 2 level. It can add like the high scales like the 2/8, so Magister and Endymion, or it can add like any of the mythical beasts. They're all scale 4s, or it's any low scale. So it's because you basically play 2, 4, and 8 are your scales that you use, and this is kind of like basically it's always going to be live basically. And then Halt's pretty good. Like once you've done all your plays, trying to dig for like a Droll and Lockbird, like the last thing you do is like you can Duelist Alliance, put some counters on stuff, Pendulum Halt, and draw 2 cards. I think it's pretty good. Then we play 2 Power Desires. You know, it's Power Desires. You play 3 of most of everything. So I don't like playing 3 because if you play 3, you end up drawing one of them. That happens way too much. So I don't like that. I play 2 Twin Twisters. I'm probably gonna change this to Cosmic Cyclone because I don't play like Supreme King, the Dark Worm. So I'm probably gonna change these to Cosmic Cyclone because also that Orcus Babel can just bring itself back. So probably gonna change these to Cosmic Cyclones in the future. And to round it out, 40th card is Upstart Goblin because just draw a card and puts counters on things. Alright, onto the extra deck. This is Daybreak. Daybreak is really good, so basically you can get counters on itself and it pops a card, so it's like really good going second. The main MVP of the deck, obviously, it's always going to be in any Pendulum deck, is Electromite. Pretty self-explanatory. Nightmare package, I played 2 Phoenix, 1 Cerberus, and 1 Unicorn, just for generic removal. I never really go into these because I really don't even touch my extra deck that much, besides Electromite. Wee Witch, Dark Pendulum Monsters, the Boral package, Boral Load, Boral Sword, Omega, because I play Gamma in the side, Metaltron, Absolute, and Vortex. For when you have the 2 Mythical, 2 Endymions and you haven't Pendulum summoned yet, it's pretty cool. And another reason 2 cards I play is Starving Venom, Fusion Dragon, and Solomon Great Violent Chimera, because I play Super Polymerization in the side deck. So it's good against Danger, Thunder, and Orcus and all that bull crap, and then Solomon Great. On the side deck, you saw the Omega, so guess what we play? This is the Psy-Frame package. I like it because a lot of people side in a lot of hand traps, like Droll going second when if I'm going first, going to the side. So I think that card's really good. I also play Going Second. I play Red Reboot. It's just very good against like Solomon Great if you hit the Roar. But most of the time they play Rage, so it's pretty hard to play around that. I play 2 Lancia. It's good against the Orcus matchup and the Thunder matchup. And then my tech trap card I play Pendulum Area. Pendulum Area is really good. It's searchable with Duelist Alliance, and what it does is you can pop as long as you control only Pendulum monsters, you can pop both your scales, and then that turn, either player can special summon monsters except by Pendulum Summon. So it's really good against like Orcus and Danger and Solomon Great, because they really can't do anything. It's just basically just a 1-turn floodgate, and this is searchable. So I really love this card. And then obviously Super Polymerization. It's good going second against those decks, against like Danger Thunder, because like it's really hard to play against it because you search so much in the deck, and Colossus kind of poops all over your deck. The third copy Twin Twister, this is probably going to turn into a Cosmic Cyclone, and then 1 Solemn Judgment, just because if I go first, it's just another negate. Alright guys, that's it for the deck profile. So, pretty legit. I think the decks are really solid. So, thanks for watching guys. I'm also still doing that box giveaway, by the way, so hopefully we get the 200 subs and I can give that thing away. It's sitting over here. Let me grab it real quick and see, just to let you know that it's still here, still sealed. Just trying to hit the 200 subs and I give this bad boy away in a random giveaway. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Peace.